Well, Microsoft is about $100 billion away from overtaking Apple as the most valuable company in the US. This comes after two analysts downgraded Apple this week. Yahoo Finance's own Jared Blikre is here to break it down for us. The battle of the tech giants, Jared.
Yes, and thank you for the introduction there. Here's a market cap over the last 5 years of these two giant companies. And by the way, they're very different companies, but we can compare them. Apple is in purple here. It's currently on top. And here's its $3 trillion plus peak. And here's Microsoft in cyan, just a little bit lower right now. But you can see Microsoft at times over the last 5 years has led Apple for brief periods of time, including coming out of those pandemic lows. But really, you go back 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and you can really see the difference between those two companies. I'm going to compare now the stock prices of these two companies over the last 10 years. You can see Apple's up 842%. Microsoft is up 904%. So kind of neck and neck right there with Microsoft a slight edge. You look at the 20-year chart, what happened? Apple's up 45,000%, Microsoft up 1,200%. I think a lot of investors would take that, but essentially if you had to buy 2008 to 2010 to reach any kind of comparable number with Apple, and if you got in between 2000 and 2008, that was dead money. That was a losing trade. And that's because in the wake of the tech bubble and also the antitrust suit that Microsoft was facing 20 years ago, it just became dead money for about a decade. Let me now show you the story in terms of sales growth. This is Apple sales growth going back into the late 90s. This is when Steve Jobs took over. And let's not forget, Apple was left for dead, almost went bankrupt. How about that? But this incredible years, these years of sales growth here, a lot of them topping 75%. That's the iPod, and then that's the iPhone. And you can see things have trailed off. The services side of the equation has gotten a lot of play here, but it doesn't always live up to expectations. Right now, 4 quarters of declining revenue growth. That is a negative situation for Apple. Expectations are for that to be broken, but we'll have to see how this plays out in earnings season. Give it another month.
Looking forward to that. Our very own Jared Blikre. Thank you so much.